So recently my friend got me into fishing, and it's been nice, except for the fact that I haven't been able to catch any fish. Not a single one. And that might be because I suck at casting, like really, really bad.
The hell?
Now I could practice casting or Google how to cast to get better, but that's super duper lame and boring. So instead I want to take this problem and make the solution 10 times more complicated and take 10 times longer than it should by building something to cast for me. And you might be wondering what I'm going to build. Well, you've seen the title and thumbnail. So you know what I'm going to build? I'm gonna build a gun. Yeah, I'm going to build a gun. Not a real gun or anything, no. A gun for fishing. A fishing gun. A toy gun. A toy gun for fishing, yeah! So what I want to do is shove a fishing weight into a barrel slash tube thingy and then shoot that out, and hopefully it'll carry the line slash hook with it. And to shoot out the weight, I'm going to be using these blank rounds. 90% of an actual bullet, just without a projectile at the end. So to sum my prototype up, it's going to have a barrel with a blank round in it, and it's going to shoot lead. And it's not a real gun. Alright, so we're going to test out if this thing will actually work. This is a barrel I bought off AliExpress. And I'm going to put one of these lead fishing weights in. Then I'm going to block that off with a blank. Then hit that thing with a hammer. And it's either going to shoot the weight out like I wanted to, or it could turn the barrel into an explosive and blow up in my face, just like a grenade. Okay, honestly, I thought blanks were like super volatile. Like if you hit the end of it at all, it would just go off. But obviously that's wrong. If you don't do it right, it's actually kind of hard to get it to go off. So I just kept hitting it with a hammer, and at a certain point, I expected it to not work. So I was actually kind of jump scared when eventually it did work. And then I did it again on a different day, because, I don't know, I was bored. And it extends my runtime, yay. I was also able to actually find where the fishing weight went this time, and it went straight into my walls. There's lead in my walls now. Yum. By now, you've probably realized there's an actual problem, you know? Surprise, surprise. It's super fucking loud and sounds like an actual gun. Because it's 90% of a gun. A toy gun. So instead, we're going to be switching to CO2 because it's a hell of a lot quieter and doesn't sound like a gun. So we got our CO2 cartridges here, and to actually get the gas out of the cartridges, we're gonna be using this bike inflator. And it took me a really long, a fucking annoying time to find one of these things with a goddamn fucking button. Because for some reason, all of them have fucking valves.
What the fuck?
And then I played around with it for a while like a child who just discovered fire for the first time, before screwing on a Schrader valve, which is gonna connect to a tube. Then I took some measurements to make some parts that'll hold the whole thing together. Then I printed it out, put it together, and held it together with zip ties and prayers. And then inserted some tubes. And then bada bing, bada boom, gasping up, his into the marvelous new invention of the fishing ad. Alright, so now I'm just gonna do a few test shots to, you know, see if it'll actually, like, pass gas and work or not. Alright, so it passes gas and works, no problemo, but definitely a lot less powerful than using an actual blank round, who would have thunk. Now it's time to go see if it'll do fishing good. That sentence did not make sense at all, and I don't give enough shits to change it. Down in my local pond next to some college dorms over there to test out the fishing gun. Yeah, this is not sus at all. Also, I accidentally created dry ice when I was switching out the cartridges.
Oh, there you go.
So we got fishing gun, and we got our fishing line with our weight, and we shoved the weight into the barrel and then just stuff it in there and line up for our first actual shot. You can't see it from this far, but it did not work, like at all.
So need to get more stock to use.
You hear those police sirens? I found out later that coincidentally, on the same day I was filming, someone was arrested for threatening to shoot up the college. Thankfully, the police didn't come check this area out next to college dorms, so they didn't find me with this thing, my fishing gun. So anyways, back on the fishing gun. Blissfully ignorant of the police, I did a few more test shots, and I was actually able to find out, you know, a little problem, why it sucks. If you look down the barrel of the gun while it's loaded, you can actually see light on the other end, so it's not airtight. So I tried to like squish the lead around and try to like actually get it airtight, or like more airtight, more stuck in there, so that gas won't just pass by it. But even when I tried making it more airtight, it's not heavy enough, or it doesn't have enough power to actually pull the reel. So weight and power are both problems, but for now I'm just going to try to deal with power because it's still not airtight and it's wasting some CO2. Okay, so in real life when they have guns that load from the front, they encounter the same problem. So what they do is wrap their lead in like cotton or some other shit and they just stuff it down. And that's exactly what I'm going to do with my toy fishing gun. And now there is no light at the end of the tunnel. And now it still doesn't fucking work. It's still fucking having issues pulling line from the reel because apparently that's super hard to do. So this time I tried pre-pulling some line, but having loose line when fishing is a bad idea. And having loose line when it's super fucking windy is an even worse idea. So after like 30 minutes of fucking untangling shit, I finally got to like fire a single shot. And I don't even know if it went farther. I'm just gonna say it did, so that I'm not wasting my fucking time stuffing cutting down tubes. Alright, so another problem. When the weight gets shot, it pulls the hook, and because they weigh about the same, it just flails around like a drunk idiot and wastes a shit ton of energy. So I got curious how far it would like actually go if it was just the weight and the hook wasn't like making it barrel towards the ground in a death spiral, and shot it without the fishing line attached. And it actually goes kind of fucking far. Then I also tried getting it more stuck so that the pressure builds more, but it was too stuck and my tube blew out. So this thing kind of sucks. It really blows. Even if it sucks, I kept going because I was not going home without a fucking fish again, because that's the whole reason I built this thing. It better fucking work or else I'm gonna fucking, I don't know. But I don't have to do that because there's a bite, you know, I actually got a fish on the fucking line, bro. And now I'm fucking reeling it in. It took a really long time to reel in because, well, fish, I don't know, it's probably pretty big. At the time, I didn't know. But I also didn't want to reel it in too hard and then like rip the hook out of the fish's like lip or something, and then I would lose the fish because I don't want to fucking lose the fish because I would, holy shit, dude, I'm gonna. Eventually though, I did reel the fish closer to me, and then I realized, oh hey, this thing's actually fucking big. What the fuck? And then I thought, oh hey, you know what? It's kind of big. What if it like snaps my line when I try to pull it up and it just like thrashes around? So I kind of just kept the fish on the line for a while and just kept like playing tug of war with it until it tired itself out, so that it wouldn't like thrash around when I tried pulling it up. Eventually the fish seemed to get like pretty tired, so I went to go pick it up. I didn't even like take a picture of the fish or anything. I just took it straight to my thumbnail setup and then I forced it to pose in my thumbnail while it was drowning. But yeah, fishing gun kind of really sucks. But it works. It works. It caught a fish. That's what it's supposed to do. That's the whole goal. I caught a fish. I'm not a loser anymore.
Fuck.